And you was just about to give us
I was about to give you
what's the story about
with the real 50 Cent.
The original 50 Cent.
Now, 50 Cent, that's from Queens,
Right.
was a young dude, but his mom's was in the street. But we used to call him Boo Boo. But everybody knew that Fifth was nice with his hands, even as a young dude. Like, you didn't want to knuckle up with him. You didn't knock old niggas the fuck out.
Right.
So everybody knew Fifth was nice. But the real 50 Cent used to run with Eric B. and Rakim.
Yeah. Right.
And I was cool with Eric B. and Rakim. I went to the Ave in Queens and bought me the Gucci link chain. My shit was like this big, each Gucci link. So I run into Eric B. and Rakim in them one day, and I see 50. And 50 go, yo, what's good? I'm like, what's good, 50? He said, you knew I was going to get you for that chain. I was like, you was going to rob me? He's like, yeah, but, you know, I told Rod I was going to get you. And Rod was like, nah, that's Ed Lover from you on TV Raps. Let the nigga live. I was like, you was going to rob me? Like, what did you think was going to happen? Now I was going to pull the hammers out on you, and I was going to get you for that shit. But Eric B. and Rakim, every time I see Rakim, we laugh about it. Because 50 was actually going to rob me.
Yeah.
Rakim saved my shit. The nigga wasn't that big.
Right.
I'm like, you think I was just going to let you have my chain like that? Nah, I was going to pull the joints out on you. Like, go ahead. Leave me the fuck alone, 50, because you're just a little crazy nigga. You know, everybody know little crazy niggas? He was like a little crazy.
Right.
He robbed anybody. Like, Rod told me to leave you the fuck alone. It's like, yo, you.
Damn, being that he used to be around Rakim and Eric B, did they ever get like blowback from the shit that he was doing to rappers?
No, I don't think at that time. Because remember, he had Supreme Magnet with him. Yeah, Sonny was with him. 50 was with him. Rod was like a real, like you didn't fuck around with Rakim. Rakim had real niggas with him.
Yeah.
Like I remember Supreme Magnetic, we had to go get Leo to save Dre's life. Because Dre got on a bus. We was all down in New Orleans for BRE, Black Radio Exclusive. Dre got on the bus, sat in the seat. Quano, that was in the Microphone Fiend video, that's Supreme Magnetic's son. Quano told Dre, you can't sit here. My father's getting on the bus, and Dre popped off. And Preem got on the bus. And Dre kept popping. And I said, Dre, shut the fuck up. Yeah, that's Supreme from Brooklyn. Shut the fuck up. And he kept popping, and Supreme was like, when you get home, you're dead. You're fucking dead. And I was like, Preem. And I had to get Leo, we had to go to Eric B's room and talk Supreme off the fucking ledge. Like, this is niggas you didn't fuck with. Rakim really had niggas you didn't fuck with. So did Kane.
I was about to say, because they exchanged words.
The niggas surrounded me. You know who saved me? Ice-T and the Booyah Tribe. So I'm doing a whole week of shows on Big Daddy Kane.
Right.
We get to the Friday show, I'm joking around. I'm suing Big Daddy Kane. Everything Big Daddy Kane wrote was my rhymes. I wrote all the Big Daddy Kane stuff. They took offense to it, but I was joking. That's what me and Dre did. So I go to Queen Latifah's birthday party, and they surround me. Like, talking about fucking me up and shit. And the Booyah Tribe and Ice-T came and got me. So when they came and got me, it took me to the car. They put me in Ice-T's car. And Ice-T, so I went back to my hood in Queens and got my niggas. And like, yo, we're going to Brooklyn. We're going to fuck Kane and his niggas up. But Kane wasn't behind it. So what Leo did was brought Kane to the station and we squashed all the beef. But the niggas formed on me. And I was not very happy about it. Not at all.
You were saved by the Booyah.
The Booyah, you know how big them niggas was?
Dog,
they Samoan.
Yeah.
Man, these niggas are
I know they look like wrestlers.
Yeah, these niggas are like 6'6" and better. They saved my fucking
as the
life.
tiny ones.
Yeah, them niggas gonna beat the blood out of me that night. For real, they was. They would have beat me into a pulp. The Booyah Tribe and Ice-T plucked me out of there and got me out of there safely.
Shout out to Kane and Ice.
Yeah, for real.
Shout out to the Booyah Tribe.
Yeah, Kane, my man.
Golden Red.
We were talking about things that, that's so Queens, that's so Brooklyn. When do you think, in your opinion, when New York lost their identity, if they did?
When we started trying to be like other cities. And I think it's after, like when Mano came home, I fucking love Mano to death. Like, I put Mano on the radio as soon as he came home. After Mano made High Hater and shit like that, and then he did the record with T-Pain, And I think like somewhere along the way, New York lost its identity because everybody had a time. And New York didn't know how to handle it when they didn't have a time no more. And then we became other people. Like when Designer did Panda, it sounded like a down south record.
Sounded like Future.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think we lost our identity somewhere within that time period of being what we are.
When that became highlighted.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, you get a deal from
Yeah.
New York. South
Then we wasn't breaking records no more. Radio changed, right? We stopped breaking records. We used to break records. Like we used to break records. Like, okay, this is a New York record. This is dope. Everybody started to get a little older. Everybody became old school to the next generation that was coming up. And we stopped breaking New York artists. We just stopped. I don't know. We started playing what was popular. But everybody else around the country have always been cities that embrace their artists from that city. And we stopped embracing the artists somewhere down the line. I don't know why. I don't know how that should happen, but we just stopped embracing our artists at some point.
Do you think it might have had...
It was way after Cam and them. It was way after Dipset. Dipset was a fucking movement.
Right.
It was way after G-Unit. It was way after Murder, Inc. It was after that. I don't know when the fuck this shit happened that we stopped making New York records, but it stopped. I don't know why. Everybody wanted to sound like everybody else.
You know, that's what was selling
Yeah.
to the other parts of the country.
Yeah, that too.
Outside of New York.
That too.
And I think Biggie helped, unfortunately.
How?
Because when he pointed out in the Going Back to Cali record, he basically said, you want to go gold in New York or do you want to go platinum selling in Cali?
They also say if I got to choose the coast, I got to choose the east.
Right.
Live out there.
Yeah, so don't go there.
But that
Nigga can't rest in the west.
Nice rest in the west.
Yes.
But when he was talking money,
Right.
he talked about selling
Almost
outside
gold
of New York.
to Jesus show gate. Or do you want to see about
7 digits?
Fuck holes and squares in Cali. Great place to visit.
So it became a thing to sell records someplace else.
But you should
in order to
always
go
sell
on
records
up.
on your own accord.
Right.
You shouldn't sell records trying to
You
sound
never
like
said
somebody.
sound like anybody
No.
else.
Yeah, but the labels who were signing these artists were signing artists who were selling in other places. So they sounded like other artists. So in other words,
But New York blew their own shit out the
Big had nothing
water
to
too.
do with that.
You know
No,
what
I
else
said-
man,
I said-
too?
I
Let me
said
tell
that
y'all
line
something.
opened the door.
New
I
York
didn't say he did
stopped
it.
supporting New York. The niggas that was on top stopped reaching back to who was coming next. Why Nicki Minaj had to go south to get the
Yeah,
sign?
Same reason 50 had to leave.
Right. Why did M and Dre sign 50? Why 50 wasn't co-signed by somebody from New York?
Well, Trackmaster.
Jam Master J.
They tried.
Well, Jay tried.
Yeah, Jay
Right.
tried.
And then Track tried. And then when he got hit up,
None of the labels wanted.
nobody wanted to
Nobody
fuck
wanted
with
to
him,
touch
right? They tried to blackball him, right?
Right.
And then Eminem got him. But somebody from New York should have been that co-signer on Fifth. Somebody should have been in New York. 50 had run Nicki fucking Minaj around New York for years. And nobody would fuck with her. Deb Anthony was already down south.
Shout out
and
to Deb.
Shout out to Deb and Bimmy and the brother Joe. They're all Queens people. And it took Gucci and them to put her on. Why? Because we got too much money. We forgot that we did grab the next nigga that was coming.
I think it was because it was a whole shift in radio. It was a whole shift in radio when the South started making so much noise that the program directors and everybody that's from the top down was just like, yo, we gotta
But even
break
when
these
Master
records
P and them
first.
niggas was rocking, when Juvenile had High,
Right, in
niggas
98.
was rocking. Jay jumped on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Made a new record. We
Now,
made
that
a
was
great
one of the
record. We
only
had
rappers from New York
we
that
had
did that.
Dipset. The niggas was rocking. Cam had a pink Range Rover and a pink fur and the big stupid belts with the rhinestones on it. It was still New York shit, right? Even with the ASAP mob. That was still Harlem, New York shit. What happened? Bobby Shmurda was a New York nigga,
He blew up.
He blew up in New York.
right? What's a Young M.A.?
She blew up too.
That's New York. Nicki Minaj is New York.
Same thing.
Cardi
Well,
B.
blew up. I think when you
I
take
blame designer. Fuck it. I'm blaming. Blame designer. I'm blaming. And Panda shit, you sounded like down south.
I
You
think
sound
it
like
was,
New York.
I mean,
no
but ASAP got the same flack though. When they did that, when everything's
ASAP Rich, we ain't talking about that nigga.
They said, who?
Right, the nigga got a billionaire girlfriend with 2 kids. That nigga's rich. He don't give a fuck. He's wiping hair out of suspect niggas' eyes. He's rich. Nigga's super rich. Shout out to Ferg.
Okay.
And then you got my man from High Bridge. What's my nigga
French
overnight?
Montana?
Huh?
Ace Boogie.
A Boogie with the hoodie.
A Boogie with
the
the
High Bridge Bronx nigga. He doing his thing.
Sure.
My man
Yo,
overnight.
Boogie, what
Shout
up?
out overnight, what up? A Boogie, you need to pull up here, my nigga.
Word.
That's a fact.
He's a Bronx High Bridge nigga. He don't make no qualms about here, Bronx nigga.
Well, it's not. We're talking about 2 separate eras. You're talking about today versus the transition period that where Master P and them were doing their 1-2 at. Those are 2 totally separate eras. And I think what because I agree with you, but I think it was a combination of 2 things. One, I think it was the thing you're describing. First of all, the OGs from New York not bringing up the next crop of talent. I think that definitely played.
Puffy, it's your fault, nigga. Fuck it.
I've heard,
I'm playing.
I've heard many theories throughout the years, but the one that's stuck in my head is, you know, when things changed out here as far as laws and cracking down on you know, the dealers and, you know, people who are funding a lot of stuff.
Niggas getting football years was not there to teach the youngest.
They not only
Throw that
wasn't
in.
there to teach the youngest, but they couldn't back up these projects
Right.
that was coming out. But the South was still doing their thing, so they pretty much
They were coming together.
bought New York.
Right.
It was coming together.
They came together. They folded on us, my nigga.
Like,
They lined us up in their sights and shot the shit out.
Remember when you were talking
Came
about?
through like,
Yeah, they came through like White Tees and Nuck If You Buck. Love all them records, nigga.
love all-
Remember when you were talking about hosting the '95 Source Awards?
Yeah,
And we booed Outkast,
we did. We blew the shit
and
out.
Snoop had to get up there and like bark.
Well, Outkast told y'all the South got something to say.
Right, but we booed them when they won the
we
Best New
certainly
Artist
did.
Award.
We
New
certainly-
York booed out.
Blew the shit. It was in New York.
And Too Short, you talked about how he was speaking to his people in his language. I think you put that with that and that New York arrogance combined with the, well, we don't need y'all anyway. We talking to each other. We talking
Right.
ourselves.
And UGK.
I think that helped.
And UGK. 'Cause I remember getting that album early and I was like, yo, these niggas is dope. Where they from? Port Arthur, Texas? Oh, this nigga Pimp C is incredible. This nigga Bun B, incredible. And then Jay did the Big Pimpin' record with him. And it, you know, Pimp ain't want to do that record either.
I heard.
Pimp ain't want to do that shit. Pimp fuck with Pop. Pimp say them nigga Jay-Z on the list. What list? The list of niggas Pac hate. I'm not doing that shit. That's why he not in the initial video. He did his shit in Miami with Gloria Velez. Yeah. He wasn't standing next to Jay-Z.
but remember that shit we was talking about, how like it used to be so many group records back in the days? You had the Band from TVs, the Fantastic Fours, Reservoir Dogs.
Right.
You don't see that, right?
Oh, Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs is crazy,
That's
but you don't
right.
see that.
Scenario.
Right.
Yeah.
Scenario
Scenario.
remix. Yeah.
All of that. You don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
It's not about lyrics
Buddy.
anymore.
Yeah, but if you look at the South, the South had no problem saying T.I., Jeezy, Gucci, Ross.
Or maybe
All
not
y'all do on the
Gucci
track.
and
Well, I
Jeezy.
mean, yeah.
When did the
Nigga got
record?
body behind that shit. Niggas wasn't
that's a
fucking
fact.
with them for a long time.
When did the records start getting shorter and shorter and shorter?
I don't know, bro, because this shit fucked me. Them little niggas, man. My little nigga 7 in the building. Them niggas got ADD, son. Them niggas records is 2 minutes. They did Motown. Remember back when Motown first came out, Berry Gordy said our records can't be no more than 2 minutes and 35 seconds. They got a verse, a chorus, and that's it. One verse. Well, I listened to the shit that The Weeknd did with 21 Savage, and they redid the I Don't Want to Know joint
Right,
that Mario
right.
Juanes did.
Yeah.
And the shit is like 2 minutes, son. And then you start listening to records when niggas had 4 verses,
Yeah.
3 verses. You niggas don't want to hear that. They like this microwave music.
ADD.
And 3 minutes out. Let me eat it. Gone.
What's the benefits of that?
I don't know. Because I think the problem that we have is that we don't like their music. We do, but they're not making great albums.
Right.
They're making great singles. And it's popular, but it's not talented. There's a difference between artistry and popular. We know that. Vanilla Ice sold 10 million albums. This nigga was trash. We know that. And I know Ice. I went to Russia with Ice. He had Ice Baby. The Russia album, garbage. But he sold 10 million records. So because he is popular.
Right.
He wasn't an artist.
Right.
There's a lot of artists out there that we could start talking about, underrated artists in hip hop that never sold 10 million. G-Rap is one of the nicest niggas to ever touch a microphone. He's never sold 10 million.
Queens get the money.
Right? Hammer was an ABC ad. You were not putting Hammer in nobody's top 5, and I love that nigga.
Yeah.
I know that nigga since he was Hammer, the Holy Ghost boy. But he's in nobody's top 5. But he sold 10 to almost 20 million albums.
There's a couple other rappers that kind of
Oh my
don't
God.
appear in people's top 5, people's top 10.
Nigga, you
but
don't,
they
and
were-
you niggas.
Yeah.
You nice as a motherfucker with the lyrics, but are the niggas that make these lists gonna say Mav Hoffa? No, because they fucking
yet.
stupid. Or they will. But that's my point. But when hip hop changed, it became popularity over talent.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.